your throwback, and this is going to be a short but sweet one. So obviously Cockney John touched upon it before. He is a fan of horror. We are going to throw it back, and I'm going to leave this straight up for Cockney John, and you'll guess what it is when I give you the synopsis. A young girl realises that she must stay awake at any cost to avoid a clawed killer who wants to murder her and her friends one by one in their dreams. Released in 1985. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Obviously one of the horror goats, Wes Craven, behind obviously the Scream franchise, or the earliest Scream franchise, should I say. A Nightmare on Elm Street introduced us to one of the most iconic movie villains of all time. Cockney John, you have 1 minute. Why should people, if they're on a little date night, if they're just trying to throw it back, maybe people have not seen it, the 20-year-olds that you are talking about, that you are encouraging to go and see Evil Dead Rise, but then there's not a showing.
They should watch this instead.
Why should they watch this? Go.
This is the best horror movie ever made. Like, bar none. It's the best horror movie ever made. Freddy Kruger is the best villain in the way. I mean, let's face it, right? People who watch the Nightmare on Elm Street films love Freddy Kruger. We all love a child murderer. Okay, they have somehow made this child murderer an iconic character that people love.
I'm going to throw it out there. I don't love him. I don't love him.
I do. I think he's brilliant. It wasn't in number one, but he has the funniest kills in the Dream Warriors. I think that's number 3. Where he smashes the girl who wants to be on TV, and he just smashes her head through a telly. It's absolutely hilarious. His little one-liners that he says. No, it's honestly, because what he does, he kills people, and then he makes like an off-the-cuff joke that you'd expect on like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, and it just like after like a real brutal murder, and he says that, and so all of a sudden you're laughing. You go from being disgusted, horrified, scared to laughing your head off. So it's like for me is perfect horror.
It's like those
I
kind
think
of
horror
lines.
has to have comedy.
Yeah, I agree, and I prefer horror comedies to just straight up horror.
Yeah.
Are you talking about? I mean, listen, I've seen The Nightmare on Elm Street. It's been a long time, to be fair, but would you say something along the lines of, he's gripped the guy up from his neck and held him up and hung him, and then he's gone, stop hanging around. Something like that. Yeah,
basically. That's exact. In fact, I think he's done that when he gets
no spoilers.
One of the kids and he cuts. Oh yeah, no, I can't, can I? Yeah, but basically, yeah. And I actually think he may have used that exact line when he did something to someone. Well, it is absolutely brilliant. But of course, you've also got Heather Langenkamp, who, oh God, I fancied her when I was like 12. I fancied her so much. And it's also the first, I think it might be the first on-screen job for Johnny Depp, not just movie. I think it was before he did telly or anything.
Did you like the main girl, did you say? Yeah.
Yeah, Heather Langenkamp, Nancy.
Were you, more interested in a wet dream on Elm Street after watching?
Well, you say wet dream, but I think the scene I love most as a 12-year-old boy was when she's having the bath.
Wow.
Because she falls asleep in the bath and he tries to get her.
Oh, yeah, that's freaky. Yeah, that's freaky, that bit. Yeah. No, I remember that.
But that's what I mean. It has these like iconic, terrifying scenes in it that really got you. But then, like I say, the final scene of A Nightmare on Elm Street is so funny. It's such a stupid ending. It's brilliant, and yet it sets you up for the next 7 films that they make.
Well, there you have it.
And I mean, Robert Englund's so good, and it is. I know they've done the remake, and was it Jackie Haley played Freddy? He just wasn't as good.
No,
that's all there is to it. It was unfair to make someone else. Yeah, it was unfair to make someone else take the part.
Well, it was longer than a minute, but we'll allow it.
It needed longer than a minute, and 5 stars. 5 stars for the original. It is so
good.
There'll
be people asleep now after you talking, and they might be a bit scared. But there you have it. The throwback this week is 1985's Nightmare on Elm Street. I agree with John, to be fair. I know I talked about I wasn't really scared of films when I was younger, and that's true. But my nana rented us, God bless her, my nana, she rented us like the Nightmare on Elm Street box set when I was like 11. And it was freaky. Yeah. It was freaky. And yeah, it's a perfect date night movie, get cuddled up. Or obviously, you know, if your children have been naughty,
get your popcorn in. Oh yeah, show it to your kids. Yeah, terrify them. We used to sing the song, you know, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. We used to sing that at school.
Oh yeah.
We used to. Yeah, it was brilliant. Oh god, it was so good, so good. Definitely shouldn't have watched it at the age I watched it.
No one should watch it any time under 16.